Hello everyone. Welcome to another video. I wanted to pose this a little bit earlier, a little bit more on time. I've been struggling a little bit. Glad to have you all here. We're actually going to be talking a little bit about the upcoming Eminence Sweet Valentine event. I believe that's coming tomorrow. I think it's coming in like an hour or like a day and 7 hours, give or take, typically. It's around this time where it kind of gets, where they have like this scheduling on it. It's based on the, whenever the banner ends, you're like typically just spam another one. Kind of just how I know that stuff. And it's pretty easy to down. But yeah, we've had an update by now. This was days ago. And I do apologize for like a little bit on the awkward uploads lately. Again, I'll keep it going a little bit. Finally got like out of the sick mode. I'm feeling a lot better. Actually ended up making the video on yesterday was a Saturday, and I ended up playing it on Monday, so I ended up feeling really sick. But I digress. So we're actually having a bunch of well, I know we're all having like it's Valentine's Day event, but it's not really Valentine's Day. So that's an event that's kind of like a little bit odd. I think the problem was the timing with the VTuber collab, and I'm not saying it's not as bad. It's just kind of what pushed it back. And I guess it's gonna draw us their curiosity. So I believe we're getting probably 2 characters out of this. It's typically at least 2 and the old characters are coming back from Valentine's Day. That's typically how it goes. So we're probably going to get both a remon as well as a new character out of this thing. I must complete main quest 3 to take event. The limited event will begin in 4 on the 22nd, so in 2 days it says. Well, it says 2 days, it's more like tomorrow at like 2 p.m. That's typically where they have it. For those of us in the Eastern time zone, this is typically like United time zone at 4. But yeah, if you're planning on summoning on the Valentine's Day banner, go for it. I'm not gonna stop you. I actually have to take a look at the banner for Elizabeth yet again. I think it's a good banner. The problem is right now I'm not necessarily using the green characters as much. And it's a good banner, but realistically, at my point in time, I can't really say much as to whether the meta matters to me or not. So it's a good character. I actually had to like rethink about it over a couple of days because it was not necessarily a great place feeling well. So I had to make sure that was fine. But yeah, no, she looks great. Honestly, I had to like re-double check because like she actually pairs up really well with the green Aurora, and actually I found out recently that the red Aurora pairs up well with the older red Aurora. And actually I was a little surprised at it because I was like, man, I just got her like 2 days ago, basically, right? And she just bleed upon bleed upon bleed, and I was like, man, that just I don't know why I don't have her maxed out right now. And honestly, the main reason being is because I just don't have the mats for it yet. This game is a little bit of a slow thing because again, if you haven't been around, you actually, for me, has been like really progressing like with a nice curve. It's been maxing out characters slowly, completing quests. Actually, I had a bit of an issue recently where I was trying to complete quests, but I kind of closed the gap a little bit by actually playing the game. But I definitely think I need stronger characters for at least blue-wise. Which is really strange to say. They're just not keeping up quite as much as I intended them to. Yeah, because I maxed out my blue characters, and it's not necessarily that I don't have good ones, it's just with the newer content coming out, it was more of a necessity than I would have thought it to be, to have like better playable characters. And the healer don't help either. I probably honestly should have gone for new, but I can actually work towards her and get her soonish. I just have to actually, you know, finish this thing and try again and again and again. So it's not necessarily like an all be all. It's actually gonna be a good thing because I can actually get both of these. I'm actually gonna work towards both of these soonish. As to when it's gonna be a bit of a hard goal to say. Now I don't mind like throwing away like too many like daily quests because I'm like I've been farming a lot of the just collecting a bunch of this stuff, just not really doing much for them. Because I know there's like a 3x event where you can essentially get 3 times the materials, and I want to wait until that happens. So I've been just saving up, because you can consume 30 a day. You can just get rid of these within like 5 days. This is not a lot. This is really not a lot, which is kind of crazy to think about. And even with the amount of like the stamina that you get, it's really still surprisingly good enough for you to finish your quests from just that stuff. And even just from the other stuff, they give you enough to like finish up your daily quests and whatever. Because it's not necessarily really mean about it, but you do have to log in. But for the Sweet Valentine event, will I be summoning? Is kind of like the simple question. Honestly, hard to tell. I have yet to see the characters, and I'm not necessarily too much of a. I'm not necessarily sold on Valentine's characters, as per usual. It's just I just don't like seasonals too much. What's kind of funny is like I'm playing another game, and it's just released a seasonal like I think yesterday, and I was like, man, the character looks so good, but guess what? I have to be a little bit part of the meta sleeve. Because first of all, I don't care about the characters. Second of all, some of the meta is disgustingly one-sided. So it's just kind of how it goes with it, and it's, you know, it is what it is. At the moment, it's just kind of slowly going at it, and plus you also don't have enough gems for it. That's always been like a little bit of my concern. I have like this amount of gems, but it does not mean anything if I just lose the RNG, essentially. So if you want to get like at least something out of a banner, you might want to wait for the 150% banners, or you know, the 50% boosted rate banners. It's not 150%. It's 150%. 1.5x is what the total multiplier compared to the original banner is, so you get 4.5% chance for a character, which is good, I guess. But like, it's always been like a concern of mine with like 3% banners. It's always been just like, oh man, that's cool. It's just and I'm like, oh, just kind of have that. But yeah, so will I be summoning? Hard to tell. I'll wait to see. I might want to wait to see, as I typically do. I'm not gonna lie. When I summoned an Aurora, I thought that was a bit of a dumb idea. I was like, man, I haven't gone anything, and I'm already 60 pulls in. I don't know if I'll win, but if I do, that's good. If you want to go ahead and summon, it's again, if you have 200, it's not a gamble. You can just get it for certainly. It's just struggle bus at this point. But yeah, I digress. This isn't gonna be too long of a video. This is just essentially I'm probably gonna be summoning on the maybe next banner. I really just honestly want to summon on. I was actually looking at summoning on Momo Susune, to be honest. Cause she's actually like a support character. Yeah, she's a healer. Yeah, and I was actually really looking towards like getting like a better. Yeah, because I need both a healer and she's like a great support. So I'm actually might look at summoning on her, and I still have time, so that's great for me, I guess. But not quite. The fact that needs 56k of these is crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna be finishing these quests, and here, pardon me for like leaving the like, hey, I don't have these guys completed. I wish I could complete them like a little bit sooner, but yeah, I digress. I hope you'll have a good day, and I hope your summons go well. This is the last day. I hope you'll have a good luck and stay solid. Bye bye.